Welcome to this short video presentation on schema theory. I hope you find this to be informative. First, I will introduce schema theory. Second, I will briefly discuss how the theory came about and some key players in the development of the current use of schema theory. Then I will present a scenario to help you activate a schema theory, discuss the 5 steps of schema, and then the 3 processes for modifying a schema. And finally, I'll provide some ways that you can apply the concepts in the field of instructional design and technology. Schema theory. The plural form of schema is schemata. Schemata are thought of as building blocks of our cognition. They represent our personal and simplified view of reality, derived from our experiences and prior knowledge. They enable us to recall, modify our behavior, concentrate attention on key information, and try to predict the most likely outcome of events. A schema is a hypothetical mental structure for representing generic concepts stored in our memory. It's a sort of framework, a plan, or a script. Schemata are thought of as packets of knowledge, composed of generic or abstract knowledge, and data structures that learners use to represent the generic concepts stored in their memory. They are guides for the encoding, organizational, and retrieval of information. They are created and used without an individual's conscious awareness, and they are relatively stable over time. Schemata are thought to reflect prototypical properties of experiences previously encountered by an individual and integrated over many instances. They reflect an individual's experiences and are also commonly shared within a shared culture. Mary P. Driscoll, the author of Psychology for Learning and Instruction, according to Mary P. Driscoll, a schema is an analogous to a play, theory, or computer program. A play in that it follows a basic script, but each time it is performed, the details differ. A theory in that it enables us to make predictions from incomplete information. We are able to do this by filling in missing details with our default values. And is a computer program in that it helps us actively evaluate and parse incoming information. To give you a little history that will help you understand the theory, the concept of schema theory, one of the cognitive learning theories, was introduced in 1932 through the work of British psychologist Sir Frederick Bartlett, though some suggest it was first introduced in 1926 by Jean Piaget. It was further developed in 1970 by American educational psychologist Richard Anderson. Why do we need schema theory? Schemas help us to make sense of the new by relating it to what we already know. Consider the following scenario. Suppose you overheard this conversation between 2 individuals. Did you order it? Yeah, it'll be here in 45 minutes. Well, I've got to leave before then. Please save me a couple of slices, okay? Do you know what these people are talking about? It's likely that you're pretty sure they're discussing ordering pizza. But how do you know this? You've never heard this exact conversation between these 2 individuals, so you're not recalling it from memory. Neither of them mentioned the word pizza, and the only identifying characteristic was mentioned was slices. Schema theory would suggest that we understand this conversation and gather that they are ordering pizza because it activated our schema for pizza, or more specifically, our schema for ordering pizza, and that we use the schema theory to comprehend this scenario. 5 types of schema. Social schema is generated by an event, such as going to a restaurant. This consists of a script and scenes like booking a table and arriving at the restaurant and ordering food. It contains props such as menus and enabling conditions such as money and roles such as the waiter. Ideological schema is generated by attitudes or opinions on relevant social or political issues. Formal schema is related to the rhetorical structure of a written text. For example, the difference in genre between narrative styles and their corresponding structure. Linguistic schema includes the decoding features a person needs in order to understand how words are organized and fit together in a sentence with spoken and written discourse. And finally, content schema. Content schema refers to our knowledge about a subject matter or content. There are three processes that are proposed to account for modification of schema. There's accretion, where new information is remembered in the context of an existing schema. Tuning, where new information or experiences cannot fully be accommodated under the new existing schema, so the schema evolves or tunes. And restructuring, where the information cannot be accommodated merely by tuning an existing schema, therefore a new schema is created. So what does this mean for us as instructional designers? In essence, it means that we need to provide unifying themes within our content. We need to choose text and create text in an arrangement that conforms to student expectations. And we need to know more about our students in order to design our instruction in ways that activate their existing schemas. For more information, you can refer to the site seen on your screen. Thank you for coming by and listening.